How you doing? Welcome back. Today, I forgot to bring in my play button. I have it, though. But in the meantime, we are doing a full windshield with a strip. We are doing 35 on the windshield, and we're going to do a 5% strip over it, so it's going to be dark to match the rest of it. This was tinted before. I don't remember if it was the sides that was tinted by me, but we did the we did the windshield before. So this is actually a revisit because our roads are amazing and will annihilate your windshields. And then we have no actual state windshield coverage. It's garbage. But that's what it is. Eric T-Town, Cash, Fire. I'm actually awake. That's how I feel. That's how I feel a lot of days. It's like, oh, shoot, am I supposed to get up now? I just did my first windshield yesterday. How'd it go? All right, let's get this camera set up. Because we got to prep this windshield, and then because we don't have any side doors to do, it's going to sit for a little bit, so we might as well take advantage of that time, right? A lot of crease. You know, I was tinting for a long time, and the first handful of windshields that I really had to do were garbage. Like, I had to redo, I remember, like, windshields were just, like, not a thing for a while. So, full cars for me were all sides and rears, maybe a windshield strip once in a while. It's just nobody was asking about them, and it wasn't a thing. And then it got brought up in the state law, and the law never changed, but everybody started asking about windshields. They're like, hey, I heard we can do windshields now. And it's like, well, it hasn't changed, but there was, like, some confusion around it. And then now everybody is, oh, that's sad. Now everybody's asking for windshields ever since. They're a normal thing. I got your signed tri-edge, then I had to use it, and now your signature is gone. Well, that's why I include an extra one. The one with the signature is the extra one that you don't use. See, I thought of that. I was like, if I were to have a keepsake, it's one of those things where I'd have to leave it and not touch it, but then I would need one to use. So that's why whenever somebody ordered one, I would always include an extra one that was signed. It was always free. You didn't get the extra one? What the heck? Yeah, you did. I sent an extra. All right, if it was really early on, maybe I mixed up. Okay. I planned it right. Reply to your order email. I'll get you one. I swear I put an extra one in everybody's thing that although I've been doing that very consistently with every order. I wasn't sure exactly what to do with the first ones. But I swear, I don't remember a single time where I only put one in there and then there wasn't an extra one. How do you feel about a business topic to throw around for ideas? Yeah, I'm game for a business idea. Do you have anything specific? All right, let's get this going. Is this working? It's always a question. Oh, why is it a black box? It never should just be a black box. Oh, I know why it's a black box. That's because of this. We forgot to turn on the other one. All right, it all makes sense. But bam, there it is. Excuse me. Business talk is one of my favorite things to do. Because it's always like, it's so inventive and it's always changing. Do you want to know one of the smartest ideas? I was looking into this yesterday. One of the smartest ideas right now. But I have no idea. Oh, I'm so frustrated. Have you guys looked on TikTok Live and seen the name printers? It's literally people printing money. Do you have Glass 8 in stock? Yeah. Yep, I do. I got a whole bunch of it right now. I over-ordered last year. So we got a bunch of it in stock. With the increase in fuel prices being mobile, would it be best to add mobile fee when I don't have a location, time fee, or distance fee on mileage? Woo! Being mobile, would it be best to add a mobile fee when I don't have a location, time fee, or distance fee? I'm at the top of my market, so I can't really increase my price. Ooh. I don't have a great answer for that, but we can let's start working on this and we can talk about it a little bit for sure. Because I'm one to always like have an all included price on most things. See, I mean, because I mean you don't have a physical location, so you're all mobile too. No microphone yet. That makes sense. Where's my mic? It's hanging off of the charger. So, like, it is part of your, like, well, we do charge a mobile fee or whatever. Holy shit. In 21, I spent $23K in fuel, sorry. Jesus Christ. Let me see what that is. That's like $2,000 a month. So it's 23,000. I always get this backwards. No, why is that not working? 23,000 over 12. Yeah, it's 1,900. Holy shit. I'm 24. Like, this is what's so funny, because like, I mean that's what you think with mobile, right? Or initially, that's what, like that's just the general thinking of like, you know, this is the problem with Uber too, right? People don't think past their own fuel expenses, and I wouldn't have either until I really like, holy shit, I'm spending quite a lot in fuel. But spending basically rent, which is what that is, every month in fuel is crazy. I mean, the only two ways that you can really do it, like, to me, it's like, would you rather pay for free? Would you rather pay more, or would you and have free shipping, or pay less and then have shipping included? Most people go for paying more and having shipping included. So I don't know how many clients you think you would lose by raising your prices, or maybe doing something about the entry level price. How many people go for your entry? Because I've seen that is actually not very expensive, from what at least what I think. I mean, my first reaction would be to see if I could tweak my pricing, because nobody likes surprises at the end of it, though. But let me read back the options. If I have to pick one of those three. What did I miss? Oh, actually, no, you missed the whole rest of the truck. No, I'm kidding. We're just doing the windshield on this one. Let's see. Let's go back. I want to read the options again. I'm at the top. Being mobile, would it be best to add a mobile fee when I don't have a location, time fee, or distance fee on mileage? I thought I might have some clarity when I read that back, and I don't. Shit. Yeah, because, like, the mobile fee is like, okay, well, I'll just bring it to you. Well, shoot, I don't have a location. I would just, if you need to, I mean, out of those, I would probably just tack on a mobile fee if you can't raise any prices at all. That sounds like, I don't think there's any perfect answer there. Because I don't think there is a perfect answer to that. Any tips on tinting windows that have rain guards? For whatever reason, I thought this had, I thought this did. Rain guards, most are WeatherTechs. So if you can take them out, then do that. If they're just the stick-on exterior ones, then they're a bit more challenging. It's hard to demonstrate without having them here, though. You pretty much have to tack them on the glass, cut what you can, roll the window down, tack it again, roll the window down, tack it again, and basically like keep shifting it down until that top edge is exposed. Because I've done some real annoying ones. They haven't been super fun. I've been doing $1 per mile, but I want to get the discussion going. Somebody just said Haas Evans. He's got a good thing that he does with mobile. I know he's got a physical shop too, but I'd be curious to hear what he does. Yeah, I don't have a great answer for you, unfortunately. But yeah, if somebody else in chat does, for Alligator, increase gas prices, mobile, makes mobile way more expensive. He's got a big old truck. I say sell the truck and get a Prius. There you go. get a hybrid van. Then pay electricity. That's the answer. How long have you been on? Not for very long. We're getting this all set up. This windshield was recently replaced, so that's what the tape up here is for. I wonder why they don't use windshield tape. Why they use painter's tape. There's better tapes. Hopefully that doesn't leave anything on his paint. All right, let's let that dry. I get the same miles per gallon as a transit van. I know it. Time to go to a different power source in total. If you would add a generic mobile fee, time and distance, in my opinion, are harder to sell on a receipt. I agree. Like, some shops do like shop fees, and it's kind of like Airbnb doing like service fees and stuff like that, where it's kind of like you get hit at the end and you don't quite really know what it is. I don't like doing that. Like, I don't like having to do any of them. I like to be clear about it, but At the same time, it's like some people will just like look at it, they'll be super stoked, and at the end they'll just kind of pay whatever it is. But you know your clients better, Canon. But having some sort of like, wow, what do I say that makes this thing pop up? I put a lot of work into doing that, and I never use it, but I don't remember what I say. Is it intro? Oh, that is what it is. Exactly, a generic shop fee, I never really look at them. Yeah, that's my thought. Sometimes it's like you get the total, and then whatever you're paying for after that, there's like taxes and fees on top of it, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. The problem with mobile fee is I don't have a location to bring it to not pay the mobile fee. Yeah, so, but in general, if it's just kind of like service fees or something like that, like tacked on top of it, on top of like the window tinting service fees and stuff, it might seem weird and you might get questions about it. But some people I know would just pay it and not even give it a second thought. It's just like, that's just what the bill is. Nobody's got this in Korea? Really? Not big truck drivers? They're all over the place here. I get Rams nonstop. I know this isn't a Ram, but we're a big truck country, and I don't care about them. I should try and take this mirror off really quick. Electric pickup trucks that you can buy don't exist yet. No, just go to the charging station. Let's see, what do I need? I know it'll cut down your range. But no, it would be funny. You just get a Model 3, put your trailer on the back of it, and then every time you gotta you just gotta recharge it all the time. So like you're like halfway out there, like, I'm running a little late. I'm just letting my charger, my Tesla charge. Wow, they did not really care about putting this back in right. The fuck? I mean, they were close, but they need to snap this in. Maybe that gives me a little entry right there. Yep, that's what I needed. Well, that worked out. Okay. Little T20 there. What percent? We're doing 35. Honestly, don't overthink it. A generic mobile fee you'll likely find not many people even question it. I agree to some to like a good chunk of that. I don't think most people would question it. They just kind of get it, and they might be like stunned for half a second, but they'll kind of just pay it. And then if they ask, I mean, you can just be straight up. You're like, look, inflation is like crazy, so gas prices are nuts right now. And then if they hear it from you, like at the end of the job, and you took care of their car and everything's all good, it might be one of those things where it's like, oh, I understand. But you don't necessarily have to bring it up when you're trying to sell the job. It's kind of after the fact. War with Tesla Model 3. Oh, you got one tomorrow? All right, I'm gonna let this finish drying. The mirror is off. I suppose we should put a towel up there. That would save a little bit of time. Anything to save time. I forget about those little things. Sometimes I do this way too late. So, you know. How much of a fee? Oh, I don't think really that much. It's just to cover some mileage. What are y'all paying for gas now? You know, I haven't paid attention to gas for a very long time. I don't have to drive much at all. But now it's at a head turner. It's like, oh shoot, oh, that went up real quick. But I don't live very far from my shop, and we moved to an area where we don't have to drive very far for most things anymore. So gas doesn't kill me very much at all. I do mobile, but also I have a shop. I can give my customers the option to pay mobile fee or just bring to the shop. That's what he's going to do in the future, but he doesn't have a shop right now. It's getting built. Or you can say, here's a good way to do it. This is a total meme. You could say, hang on, let me get this in here. You could say, you can bring it to the shop, and then when they say, okay, I'll bring it to the shop, then you schedule them out 6 months to a year, however long it takes to get your shop built, and then you sound really busy. So then they'll just pay the mobile fee. I'd say just increase your pricing. Yeah, that was my initial thing, but I mean, because that's real. It really is. People would rather not pay shipping and pay more for the product. That's just proof across the board for everything. So any fees and stuff, whatever you can include, do that. But so a thing that I noticed for here that really started to kind of bug me was like, you know, summertime we get a lot of carbon and ceramic jobs. Oh my God, that reminds me. I'm so dumb. I'm putting standard on this. We're doing carbon. I'm glad I talked about that literally right now. We got to do carbon on this one. Getting too wrapped up in other things. So, talking about carbon and ceramic, I get a lot more of those in the summertime. Not as much in the wintertime, but I'm still putting a lot of time into every car that I do. So, like, it was probably a dumb way to do it, but I just raised my bottom pricing. And the carbon up a little bit. Because, like, I get annoyed just kind of being in line with a more budget pricing at the beginning, so I raised my bottom price. But that's because I do this kind of stuff, so I wanted extra time to focus on this and not have to worry so much about bringing in more than one car in a day. I was charging 180, now I went up to 200. Yeah, I mean, in this market, like, it's so commonplace too. Like, people are just hearing increased prices all over the board. I mean, people are getting hit with film price increases. Like, hey, yesterday it was this. Sorry, today it's now this. Inflation. Like, so many people are getting beat up by inflation. That's just kind of how it's going. Same thing with delays on ordering products and shipping times for so much. It's like people are getting trained to, like, as a whole, to look at things a little bit more patiently and a little bit differently. So you'll always have people that are like, now. That's why I don't think it's crazy to just, like, try raising your prices to absorb whatever cost that is, because, like, hey, times are Times are changing very quickly right now. Or you can go on TikTok and you can try and absorb all those costs through live streaming. We made $10 on our stream on TikTok. That was actually really surprising. I didn't think I'd go from 0 to actually making any money on TikTok at all anytime soon. But that stream was $10. God damn. That was fast. Which reminds me, I should probably start a TikTok stream. Should we do that? We should do that. Because why not? Alright, where's my thing? Did I put my coat over it? I think I put my coat over it. It's a coat hanger. Oh, but we did it. We crossed over 1,000 followers. Now we have 1,500. We went from 0 followers on TikTok to 1,500 in like a week and a half. That's pretty insane. Did TikTok allow you in the creator fund? No, you need 10,000, I think, for that. All right, so let's start this. What's up? Do we flip this? The live stream is different, but it was kind of just like I wasn't trying to make money off of it. I was just surprised, is all. All right, so we need to go live, flip. Go live. Look, see, and it's that easy. So it's kind of silly, like, not to do it. Oh, lordy. That's fun. What was the money from? Yeah, it was from the gifts. TikTok's gifting system is way stronger than any other platform's gifting system. So they do it through credits, so you just like, you know, it's like a Xbox e-store where you load credits onto it and then you just have an account. So it's really strong for business. So you might want to promote one of your own TikToks as an ad, right? So you might already have money sitting in that account. Well, then it literally costs like 1 TikTok coin, which I think is less than a penny, to donate to a streamer. And they put a button right there, so it's almost like you don't even think about it. So we're Detroit Tint Studio on TikTok. I'm aiming for my stream key. That's what I want. Because then I can do these live streams on TikTok as well. But it's been fun to do a lot of like consumer tint PSAs. That one with the meter has done 2.5 million views, which is nuts. It dwarfed the bunny. Yeah, I didn't know what it was either. But I've spent the past week learning. We're learning. All right, flip your camera. What's up, dudes? We are doing a windshield. If you're wondering what this crazy thing on my head is, this is a GoPro, but with the TV antenna on the back. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you actually get a POV perspective of how to tint. So we're on YouTube alongside of TikTok. So outside perspective, inside perspective, whichever you want. I always see people gifting, but wasn't sure what it was. Yeah, it's been fun to learn. The receipt printers have just been like crazy though. I was searching real hard to try and figure out what they were doing for that. Because that also has community interaction. So you know, like super chats make fog machines go off. On TikTok, I can't do that same thing. So I was looking into anything and everything to try and make something fun happen. But little things like, so if I get my stream key, then I should be able to do text-to-speech, I think. So like comments and all that, should be able to hear them right now. Right now it's all separate. So there's one actually I'm gonna probably make today. I need to film one more small part. It's gonna be the difference between hand cutting and plotters. I had the best example on Saturday. So I was fully intending on going live on Saturday. I had an old F250, and then I also had a removal and retint. It was paid. So that was, if you guys saw, that was the TikTok that I posted on Saturday. And it was real annoying because the F250 took me way longer than I thought. What's up, TikTok Secret Society? How you doing? Stream is loud and clear. Oh, that's awesome. So can you hear me okay when I'm up there? Because that's really, really cool. But yeah, what's up? So if you guys are wondering what this is on my head, I do real-time live streaming on YouTube, but I don't have a stream key yet for TikTok. So this is all on YouTube if you want to see like a different perspective. So right now we're doing a full windshield and a windshield strip to go on top of it. We're gonna make it dark. Oh wait, no, my headphones are not connected. We gotta shrink that. You see this little waviness? See this little waviness down here? We gotta shrink that just a little bit more. Headset is connected to the PC, so it's gotta be just nice and quiet in here. My neighbors next door moved out, and they're getting new floors, so I wonder who's moving in. But my hookah distributor smell is all gone now, and I'm so happy. Because we were coming into summertime, and summertime, the warmth kind of messes it up a little bit. Like, makes it stronger. Windshield only? Yes, unfortunately. We've actually done this windshield before, but they had a big crack in their windshield, so they unfortunately have to get the whole thing redone. They have like super dark sides and back. So we're making the windshield as dark as we're comfortable with. Doing a Silverado windshield live, or doing a Silverado windshield also. Nice, very nice. You should be pretty happy with them. They're very straightforward. What's up, Lone Star? How you doing? All right, so let's fix that up a little bit. See all that down there? If you don't shrink your windshield completely, you will have fingers at the bottom, and those would be inside. So when people say, I shrunk a windshield, but I still have fingers, that means you didn't shrink it all the way. You started early? No, your clock is wrong. It's daylight savings. We're an hour forward. Man, you know, that screws me up enough, but especially with a baby, stay up an hour later, sleep in an hour longer. It's funny how that works. There we go. See, now it's nice and flat. So, now we got to do the inside. Something like that. I don't know. I feel like that can be taller. Does the chameleon tint shrink differently from other tint? It definitely can. Every film shrinks a little differently than another film. So whether or not that's good, that's up to the individual product itself. How new is the windshield? It's a good question. I think it's been, yesterday was Sunday, and no glass shops that I know of actually tint on a Sunday or do windshields on a Sunday. So likely before that. Should be fine. Ooh, we can move all this. Let's do that. Put this down. Because the one redeeming quality about some trucks is this. Now I have a whole center that I can scoot across. Where's my other thing? Did I get rid of it? This is gonna maybe bend. Windshield with a strip. Unfortunately, we gotta use a big roll, though, on the strip. I'm really sad about that. For some reason, I am completely out of 5% short rolls. I thought I had an extra one. If I did, I don't know where I put it, because I sure as hell can't find it. There we go. Awesome. What's up? TikTok's so fast. That's why I need my stream key. I thought maybe I could do the other way around and like have one perspective, but there's too much moving the phone around. It's either you go from like a really wide perspective and you interact a lot, or we have to bring what we do to TikTok. Say the piece for a visor. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll save what I can for sure. It just hurts me a little to like literally take a giant piece. The silver lining about it is that it's got this, so we can do it in 2 pieces and just get them to match up as so it looks like it's all one piece, because you pretty much cut it that way anyways. But I'm glad we got this mirror out of the way. That'll just make that center turn out a lot cleaner. Easier. I gotta pick up some tanks soon. We got that class coming in next week, so that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. There's a lot more prep that's gonna have to go into the first class than any of the other ones, because I haven't set up for extra people being here really. So like, I actually gotta set up another bay entirely for window tinting. So we have 4, possibly 5 coming in for the first class. Right now we have 2 coming in for April for sure, and then 3 coming in for May. So if I had to take a guess, when some stuff goes up about the first class, we'll probably be filling other classes. I don't want them to be super busy though. So like, I have up to 8 people, and I might have to switch to 6. 8 people is a lot, so 4 people, as far as I'm concerned right now, is definitely a pretty full class. We'll do one more time. One more time. Are you gonna stream any of it? I don't have any plans on streaming any particular parts. We'll see. Because the thing about it is, like, I wear the camera, so it's kind of putting other people front and center when they're trying to learn. And it also splits my attention. So maybe for something fun, but for most of it, probably not. My goal is to make a good class. Just like tinting a bunch of stuff on a Saturday. It's like at some point you have to go, all right, nope, streaming is just too much. Maybe on TikTok, I don't know. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to do it all like that. But I would like to have some video from the class and like small progress updates and stuff. I think that would be super cool. Like, how much can you really learn in 3 days? Quite a bit, actually. Where's the end? Am I blind? I'm blind. Where is my... Seriously, what the fuck? Oh, that. Wow, that blended in a lot. There we go. Hold that back up. Let's get to the other side. Oh no! My squeegee! Where's my squeegee? Oh, it's on the other side. Ah! Shit. Gotta run around. Or we gotta figure out how to put a phone on my head, and then I can do both, a GoPro and a phone. Or just get a stream key. Go. Got that. Spray it down. Tighten this up. Let's get this all rolled up. This is a speedy stream. Yeah, not as much today. So I got my play button, and that was going to be part of today's stream. But it can't be because I forgot it. I got here and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have it. It's at home. But there's also no glass, so I have to get a frame for it. Super! Oh wow, that's a lot. Daniel
Rayner super chatted $9.99. Magandu Margameo Buntag Mangatau. Salutations to all the Tint masters and newbies. Watching the Tint gladiator of Tint in Tint Arena.
Daniel Reyna, thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate that. How you doing? You know, there's all these times that I think there'd be a way to do this live stream with some static cameras. There's not. It's GoPro or nothing. You had to make a video on your stream setup? I did. The only thing that I didn't include, well, I talked about the headset. There's too much with the fog machines. So fog machines are connected to, excuse me. Fog machines are connected to Super Chats. I'd love to do something similar with TikTok, but I have no idea how that's gonna work because those systems do not talk to each other. I think it would probably make sense to pay somebody. There we go. Get that little corner in. I don't know if it's just the placement of the windshield on this one or I forgot. These are, they're not tight, but this one's a little tighter than what I'm used to seeing, I think. So, gotta be careful with that towel at the bottom. Make sure everything is covered up. Squeegee this out. Make sure it's not shifting. But yeah, a while back we hooked up fog machines. They're old news now. Nobody cares. Da, 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 da. Only Tints, what's up? I don't see a single crease. Yeah, because if you did, we'd be redoing the entire windshield. Windshields are one of the toughest things. If you have a crease, it's basically done. I mean, it totally depends on who you're doing the work for, but in my experience, if you had basically anything in the driver's line of sight, it was an automatic redo, because one way or another, that windshield's coming back, because they have to stare at it all day. That's why windshields, like, you might think back windows and windshields are the same. Windshields are much harder. So if you had a small crease in the back window, it's not the end of the world. You may have to redo it. I mean, you obviously don't want them, but I'm saying on, like, work that would actually come back in the day when that would happen. What we would generally see is you could have something wrong with the back window and it not be the end of the world. Driver's doors and stuff in the driver's line of sight was always like the biggest problem. So like if I have really any creases or something up here, that's a big no-no. Well, we're doing a windshield strip on this also, so the fun's not done yet. The fun's not done yet. Or a hair in the driver's seat? Yeah, anything like that. Not fun. Need a scrub pad. So that's why I put so much work into learning how to roll windshields. I used to carry them in. That's all I knew how to do. But I only had them maybe like once every long while. So like it was like maybe not even a month, or like a whole month would go by and I wouldn't have a windshield. Just, we weren't doing windshields, people weren't getting them. And then one day it got brought up in a state law. And the headlines were, in people's minds, was window tint is now legal on front and windshields in Michigan. But what actually happened is the governor looked at it, and then this was right around the time we were getting a new governor, and he never actually did anything with it. It just got brought up. So when you actually looked into trying to see if the state law changed, it was real confusing because all you saw were old articles and no current information. So everybody just kind of like, it got brought up, window tints legal, so that it put it in so many people's minds. And then over the past, like, that was like the kickstart for it. Now it's just, I do so many more windshields. Nothing changed. So it's still a pretty polarizing thing for some people. Like people that didn't, I'll always ask about a windshield for sure. Like if somebody wasn't, whenever they're getting work done, it's like, okay, are you getting full windshield along with like the front doors in the back? So it at least frames it as an option for them. Where otherwise, if you just assume that they are or aren't getting a windshield, then when you do the job and say full car, they will say, oh, I thought that included the windshield. This other guy's doing the windshield. So I always have to differentiate now. We used to call those completes. Now I don't know what we call them. Just sides and back. What is that? Is that on the outside or is that little thing right there? Remember how I said driver's line of sight? Be very careful. It's just one little thing. Have an idea for your class? Do a live stream and introduce your students. I don't want to put them on the spot like that, though. You can do that if you're like telling a story along with it, in a way. It's something else, though. What? No. No, they didn't. They're coming for a tint class. See if they want to be another streamer. Oh, it's fine. This is giving me anxiety. Painter's tape. Give me an off day and I'll try that. I'm not completely convinced on that one. I've read comments. Whenever you see a fancy trick like that, read the comments. Sometimes it's not all sunshine and rainbows. From somebody's second opinion about it, it was like, yeah, it got rid of the hair, it left a couple of dirt specks behind. And I was like, oh, well, you don't want that either. So, yeah, give me the rest of the, give me like a blank windshield on another day. And then maybe we'll give it a try, but I've used it 3 times, works great every time. Nice. So it's actually like not leaving speckles behind. Not one spec. Well, there you heard it. Yeah, I'll have to try it. I don't know. My opinion right now, it's something I'll try when there's just, like, it was small, real small. So, something that I knew that I could fix, just like I normally fix it, if I'm going to. Otherwise, let me get something that I'm pretty sure is not going to be a save, and then I'll try it for it. It's that whole risk to reward thing. But I read comments, and I heard some people tried it, and they got speckles. So I'm still a little leery, but I trust you, man. Clean. Yeah, it was one very small thing right where we talked about that there shouldn't be anything. So, depends on how embedded that is in the tint and kind of what you're working with. Some things can come out real easy, and some things seem to bury themselves in the glue, and it's a lost cause at that point. All right, cool. That's good. Looks nice. What's up, dudes? I'm always really surprised how crooked this is, and it's still straight. Every windshield that I do, I get a lot of moisture ripples. Yeah, that's very normal. That stuff dries out. So you push it out as good as you can, but you're always gonna have, like some ripples and stuff. So it'll look smooth for a little bit, and then it'll kind of start to seep back together what's left. But it'll dry. That's where the it'll dry disclaimers always come into play. I just received my 35 Apex, my windshield. I'm excited but nervous to not crease it shrinking. Well, don't be too nervous. It's a recipe for problems. It's just like any other tint. Yeah, Apex was real nice to work with. 2 layers? In a manner of speaking, yeah. So you do the full windshield, and then he's adding a strip on top of it. So we have a windshield strip to do. Okay. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have short rolls. I really wish I did, because I had an F250. To do on Saturday, and a windshield strip. Not fun. Not fun. 5. That's this stuff. Yes, it is. Do you offer Apex? Yeah, most people don't even necessarily go as high as Pro Nano right now. So come summertime, we'll probably be focusing on that a little bit more. We do, see, this hurts, but we can cut this a little short. I am getting their new ceramic as well, like their Carbon Plus. And we got to think of a name for it because I'm not going to call it Carbon Plus. This isn't saying anything bad about them at all. This is, I think, I mean, I never know until they're not my customers, but I think they're marketing it wrong. I think calling it Carbon Plus, it should be something with ceramic. Bring back dark matter. Ooh, actually a good idea. Shit, that's a really good idea. And it's geo too, so they had, like, that is what they called their ceramic back in the day. C3. C2 and C3. Pretty good. So we got that up there. What about this one? Oh, we can just do this one. My, there we go. Are you gonna cut the bottom? The bottom's a little messed up, so I gotta do a straight edge anyways. No, it's gonna be factory. However straight it is on the windshield, that's what I end up doing. I don't contour them. Dark Matter is the name of a coffee place. I just thought it was always a cool name. I mean, on one hand, there's more people getting light ceramics, but just having the name Dark Matter I think is pretty cool. I've never been super stoked about the name Pro Nano, but I like Apex and I like C2. But naming stuff is hard. Really is. So many things already have a name, and then you have to be unique, but you still want it to kind of be like part of what it is you're doing. So how is the Carbon Plus? I don't know, I don't have it yet. I'm gonna confuse everybody because I'm gonna call it something else. At least for my clients, I'm gonna call it something else. I'm pretty determined to do that. What 9mm? Use NT. I think they're like one of the easiest to come by too right now. I hear little things about Olfa. Olfa's like the long, the name, like everybody calls it an Olfa knife. Olfa's the brand. Let me get a tape measure. You can Sharpie Glass 8 to line up the strip. C2 ceramic. It's a 9. It's a 9-inch strip right now. I've never really liked the plus names, but everybody uses them too. And it's probably for a real smart reason too. You notice that? You got Disney, and then you got Disney Plus, right? What is it? Oh wait, where am I 9? Oh, there we go. How do you feel about somebody stealing the Tint studio for their shop? Oh, that's fine. I'm not the original Tint studio. But I am the original Detroit Tint Studio. So that's what I liked about it, is like you could change the city on it, but it's not really like connected to me. It's just like, you know, I kind of like the idea of a studio versus shop differentiation, especially in your name. C2 carbon, pro nano ceramic, C2 ceramic, C2 carbon, pro nano ceramic. Actually, see, here's the tough news. If I carry the other film, I'm looking for my dumb light right now. There it is. Then I'm likely not gonna do pro nano anymore. It's probably gonna all move to C2, and then they're carbon plus, which then I'm gonna rename, which is why it matters. Because it doesn't make sense to carry all of them. Have a stock for discontinuing. Numbers are similar. I've said this before, I've thought the Pro Nano in a couple of shades, like 35, I think it's a little warm, but it's still an amazing film. So what I'm hoping is if it falls in line with everything else, which what I'm told it does, it's likely going to be a little bit more to my liking on the color. And then we'll just replace Pro Nano. What type of tint is C2? C2 is carbon. And then Pro Nano is a color stable ceramic, and Carbon Plus is a nanocarbon ceramic. Yeah, I agree. So, really, we've been talking about this for a long time, but this is basically how it works. I can't see. Can't see it. There it is. Window film has to be colored, and they do it in a couple of different ways. So with dyed film, obviously they use dye. With carbon, they use carbon. And also what's nice about carbon is the coloring is also black. So when you color carbon with carbon, like it keeps that color. Ceramic does not have that same darkness to it. So you then have to color it, and you can color it with dye, or you can color it with carbon. So it's not really a big deal to do either way because you're still getting the heat rejection. Your performance numbers, I mean, they could vary, but just more ceramic, right? So you see plenty of really good ceramic films with good numbers that are colored with dye. It also has, you know, you're not using as much carbon, so clarity, right? That's a trade-off. But we've come far enough to where what I'm hoping is you get a lot of heat rejection, and you also get really, really good clarity, and then you also get really, really good coloring. So if all those stars align, it doesn't really make sense to carry Pro Nano anymore. Not unless I just wanted yet another ceramic option, but I don't really see the point. There's a couple of business reasons why they would also want to differentiate a couple of ceramics a different way like that I'm not going to get into, but people that deal with logistics might know. All right, so we're gonna leave that one there, and we're gonna go grab the other one. Is ceramic or carbon better? Ceramic blocks out more heat, so that to me makes it better. But if heat rejection is not your primary concern, what's super cool about carbon is that you can save some money and get 50% heat rejection without spending ceramic prices. So if you want to go all out, obviously ceramic is going to be the best. But they're both awesome films. It just depends on what your budget is. None of that blue hue. See, a blue hue, you can't really blame that on anything in particular. There just are films with blue hues to them. I've seen it with dyed films. I've seen it with ceramic films. I've especially seen it on 3M. They're color stable. Their color stable is not dyed, or is dyed, and it was very blue. Why? Is it ceramic? No. So what's the deal? I don't know. It just, that's how it was. See, we get like so far into the weeds on some of these things. It's like most tint issues, there's some very broad ones because many companies have to use similar processes, order films from same places. So broadly speaking, these like ceramic films now have this problem. But now more manufacturers are now developing a lot of different films and have caught up in some areas. So some of them are really have a really nice color. Some of them are really pale. Like, coloring is just all over the board. So get a film and try it out and see how you like it. Is clear ceramic just as good as darker ceramic? Actually, yes. That is one of the amazing things about it. So there's always this like side irritation from glare, but as far as just pure numbers go, yes. Ceramic in a 70, 80, 90% can block just as much heat as a much darker ceramic does. It's really cool. So like sometimes on my heat demo, I've had limo examples, and then in ceramic, I always make it a point to do a very light ceramic, because it's just, the difference is pretty astonishing. Carbon Plus takes away the old man thing. How so? It's still a ceramic. I gotta call it something else. That name's gonna drive me a little nuts. Like, cause people, like, you gotta listen to what people are saying. People are asking about ceramic. So now if I go, no, this is ceramic, it has ceramic, and I call it Carbon Plus, they're just gonna think that it's a weaker ceramic when they're like looking around. So I gotta call it something else. I like dark matter. We might bring that name back. think Carbon Plus brings the age down to 35. So if you have two sitting up there, numbers are identical. Like literally samples. Okay, if you have samples of both up front, side by side on a display, and you call one of them ceramic and you call one of them Carbon Plus, like you can't change the price on it. It's going to be the same pricing. What do you think people would end up picking? Ceramic or Carbon Plus? I think that's a fair question. Because if more people would then pick the ceramic because they hear ceramic, then I'm going to call it ceramic. This this is my apex, and I also have B-pex. I like that. That's actually a great way to sell it, to explain it. Like, this is apex, but I do have a cheaper one that we call B-pex. We just leave B-pex in a corner. We don't talk about them all that much. What's happened with TikTok? Not much. People are just looking at a windshield wondering what's going on. And then they're swiping. So they don't even care. Now, my favorite part. Do you have CPEX? We just go through the whole alphabet. Dang! So from their perspective, they don't want to like, they have, the film companies don't necessarily have it super easy with some of this. Like, I think a good amount of people will understand, but some people will be, like, they always have to explain everything. So when somebody when they're trying to introduce like another ceramic, then people are going to go be like, what, so your other ceramic is just not as good, or what's going on with it now? And it's like, no, it still is, especially when the numbers line up, but it's just different. So I can see why they named it Carbon Plus, because Pro Nano has been like their ceramic film for so long. It's built up, like, you know, they've worked hard, especially in the last couple of years. Like, it's gotten more of a name. They've grown a lot. So like now to have grown a lot and then try and find like another name to replace it or whatever, I could see where from like when you're developing a film, calling it Carbon Plus probably made a lot of sense. But when I put it up in my showroom, I have no emotional ties to it. It's like, okay, cool, we found something else. Let's slap it in there. There we go. Would you say Suntech's one of the best brands? I mean, yes, they're definitely like up there. I get asked about them a lot, so they have a lot of recognition. I don't carry them. My question is, Suntech versus Lumar. Why carry Suntech? They're like, I'm assuming their pricing is basically identical. I don't know. Lumar's got the bigger name. They're sister companies. They're owned by the same thing. Maybe their films are still different, but not to any significant margin, right? But I just carry something else entirely. Dang, look at that. Looks good. All right, we got to put some stuff back. So if ceramic is good for deflecting heat in winter, when I have my heater on and snowing outside, with the ceramic help keeping the car warm or not? Unfortunately, no. I thought the same thing a while back, so it was a bit of a mystery to me. What it does is there is ceramic that absorbs the IR wavelength. It just like a sponge. And as it soaks it up, it then radiates off of the glass. But that heat's got to go somewhere. So as wind passes over your car, the heat then dissipates off of the glass. So it's not really acting like any type of insulation. It's just the IR that's hitting your glass is now getting absorbed and it's radiating off of the glass. So it's not going to keep your car warmer in the summertime like insulation. Insulation keeps all that air in. Ceramic just absorbs the light. Or the IR. The IR wavelength. Oh, there's my thing. Tell the customer to watch out. Watch out for the oil return lines on those trucks. What a weird thing to bring up, though. Oh, yeah, have a good one. Enjoy your windshield. It'll take a little bit to dry out. Watch your oil return lines. It's like, I don't know what I'll do with that information, but thank you. All right, where's this go? Exactly. Does it go up a little higher? Oh my God. Just sometimes you have to give these things a little bump. There we go. Now we're gonna put this on better than whoever replaces windshield. There, was that so hard? Now it's nice and flush before it was all bowed. Fixed. Look at that. I'd say that looks pretty baller. Yeah. Damn. All right, 1040? Really? It's 1040? We started this one about 10, hey? 10 o'clock appointment, done in 40 minutes. Nice. Windshield and windshield strip. I don't know how that happened. Just kind of cruising along. Oh, let's put this back down. This will take us a long... Oh, no, there's a little pull thing here. That's what. And we can put that back. Everything's good there. This is like my favorite thing about trucks. Whenever a truck comes in and it's got a center console and you can lift that up and have a third seat here, so much better. The only thing that's funny about that is everybody puts all their change in the cup holder, so when you go to do that, sometimes you gotta clean up all their change. Speedy stream. It didn't feel any different though. What the hell? Like, I feel like I'm still spending way more time and wasting a bunch of time. But apparently we're all good. I mean, less work, but I guess it's just I expected the windshield to take like an hour. And it didn't. Look at that. That is a dark looking windshield now. YouTube shows over net. Oh, I know what it was. You know what it is? It's still 11:40. My computer didn't change times. It's not a speedy stream. It's a normal stream. Yep. That's it. Window film, we use GeoShield. I use. We? Who's we? Me. I use it. It's a little booble. There we go. Booble's gone. Nice. I like it. Canon. All right. Well, he's waiting. So let me get this pulled out. And I'll be back. Do you still do 35% windshields? No. I'd like to, but I don't. Let me get this out, though. I'll be right back. It snowed the other day, but now it's warm. My microphone's gonna cut out, but we will pull this out. Would you tint a truck with a camper? You're not pulling it in here. I'll tint the truck, yeah. I mean, the camper, you can get it in here, sure, but not attached to each other, probably. Maybe halfway. Canon. Oh, looks good. Have you tinted a 20 Denali? Yes. Oh, I see. How would you do the rear window? Tell them to take the camper off the truck. Actually, you just do the truck on the inside. The whole truck. You just, like the back glass on trucks, I always cut them on the inside now. I got too annoyed with covers and everything else. All right, I'm going to tape them up. Look at that. That's TikTok. Can we put you guys here? That works. Nice. Okay. You're done for the day? I gotta check. I mean, I think so as far as appointments go. I mean, not on everything else that has to get done. I gotta ship out an order for 44 tools and get a bunch of tool orders together too. So there's definitely work to be done. And, oh yeah, and also setting up a bunch for the class. That's something I gotta start cleaning it up. I wanna push this whole wall over that way, farther. Did I teach myself to tint? No, I was lucky. So I learned window tinting at my dad's shop, but my dad's not a tinter. So I was doing detailing and like learning accessories and stuff. And then the window tinter quit over the weekend, and he brought somebody in to teach me how to tint. And I've been tinting ever since. Where's my... Oh, yeah, it's there. It's getting used. Are you using your personal vehicle? No. Maybe for like a little bit, but it's mostly going to be rental. How much tint did you waste? Oh, I learned it. I wasted a lot of film. I still do. It just, mistakes are always going to happen. All right, let me cash this guy out. What does that even mean, though? At what point in your career did you realize that you are one of the top tinters in the world? What is that like? It's looking at it kind of weird. Like, there are good tinters, and then there are bad tinters. Like, I tint windows, and I have a really outward-facing thing. So I wouldn't say I'm one of the like. The best is always subjective. There's like some fun competitions and stuff, but really it's about just honestly running a business. Hi, what's up? Need to figure out how to get the live more noticeable. It's too annoying to carry the phone around and try and do all of this, so I'm gonna work on getting a stream key, and that way I can stream from my GoPro to TikTok, because right now it's all off the phone. I think that's the biggest problem. Hang on, let me catch this guy out. I'll be right back. So let me move you. You guys can look at my expansive garage and be bored. Turned out nice. It's dark. But yeah, I'm used to that. When I pulled it in, the sides were so much darker, and it's just like, oh god, bright sunny morning. Yeah, you definitely lose it to me. I hate everything. Boxes, I tell you. Where should we put this? I'm always tripping over cords and boxes and stuff. Need to figure out how to get the live more noticeable. It needs to be interesting because the thing is, it's not. Like seeing it on TikTok from a distance, like that's really what I've noticed about like the live stream early on. That's why having the headset is so important because people want to see what you're doing, and the chat also needs to be a part of it too. So being able to like kind of follow along, ask questions, get answers, that's about as interesting really as you can make it. Do you have another car? Let me check. I don't think so. I got like, I had like a ton of calls on Saturday. Everybody was asking to get in on Saturday. They're like, hey, can I get in now? Can I get in now? Can I get in now? I'm like, I wish I could, but I can't. So I thought we scheduled some people. Oh, but they didn't leave deposits. That's always fun. I gotta check with this guy, see if he got his BMW. Yeah, there was supposed to be somebody for like Monday, but he never left or somebody for Tuesday, so I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody else right now, other than like farther out appointments that are kind of scattered, and the phone is kind of being dead sauce. Oh, I keep looking for my phone. That's what this is. But yeah, I don't know. Mirror. Oh, I can mirror my video. Oh, that makes more sense. Because now it's actually like you can read it. The other plan was going to be, what's the other plan? It was going to be like, we could look at the play button, but I wanted to tint it, but there's no glass. There's literally no glass on a silver play button. It's just a silver play button with holes in the back so you can hang it on the wall. Which for some reason I thought they were framed, but I guess it's the older ones, so there's not much we can do. Not much we can do about that. But I forget it. So what time is it actually? It's almost 12? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Oh yeah, I know what I have to do. I have to record another little bit. One more little piece for a TikTok video. The blazer. No, so I was gonna do something with a blazer, but I'm waiting on the new film to come in, and then we'll redo the windshield, or we'll do the windshield on the blazer. I gotta do 50. It's been clear for a minute now. And then I gotta redo the driver's door because I redid that for TikTok. Where do you stay at? What do you mean? I'm, like, where's the shop? Let's see. Yeah, so I am... Oh, the shop, yeah, it's in Sterling Heights, Michigan. That's not what he was asking. Okay. So, since the last stream, like, this is what's fun about messing around with a different platform. Since our last stream, we were, what did we do? What to expect with new window tint? I think that was the last thing that we had posted. So I did 2 videos since then, 4 days ago. And we were at 700 followers on TikTok. Now we're at 1,500 literally doubled. And a big part of that, it used to be from this bunny video, but that's sitting at 714 now. And this video is just a monster. It did 2.6 million views, which is just nuts. So that's why this platform is really fun. If you put like the right thing out, it just can catch fire super fast. And I think it's really powerful for a tint shop or any business. I think it's just real powerful for business. So this has been fun to play around with. Then this was the next one. I thought this one was a little weak. It actually did better than I thought it was going to do. I think it's still interesting. It illustrates the point that I wanted to get across, though. So cheap window tint. Seeing it from the outside is one thing, but it's seeing it from the inside and just how blurry that is. A lot of times that's hard to catch on camera. Like, cameras will kind of fix some of it, but it was just impossible to see through. Same thing with like the front quarters and the rear doors. It was just total blur and ripply and stuff. Man, that was gross. So cheap job, couple years later, is what it can look like. I think that's all really strong stuff you can do for your business. But yeah, I'm going to put out another one that's plotters versus hand cutting. That's going to be the next one. My friend asked how he can make an appointment. Oh, just call the shop. I get a phone number. It makes my phone ring. And we schedule an appointment. But that would be super cool. We can definitely schedule something. Yeah, 2 million is just insane. I was watching it go up, and like there's times that I think it's done. So TikTok views are very much like this. They'll just like rocket up and then they'll stop, and then they'll rocket up again and then they'll stop. Very few of my videos do any type of gradual. It's kind of like they're getting a lot of views or they're not getting any views. So the more something is shared, the more views that you're gonna get. That is, I think, the biggest thing with all of them. So what does this one have? This one has, does it say how many times it's shared? Shared 2. Oh, I gotta look at the app and see how many shares it has, I think. But this one has 70,000 likes. How much does the bunny? Bunny has 21,000. Okay, so it actually did get a lot of likes. Because, like, the numbers changed pretty drastically on all of them, too. So you can have something with, like, more likes, but it doesn't necessarily get more views. Uh-oh. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Oh, it didn't work. Workhorse 2? Oh. No, we'll be doing the Workhorse 2 here pretty soon. Here, I'm just gonna end this one. I gotta be able to use my phone. How do you think I can speed up my work time? I'm roughly 5 hours with a front windshield. Do you double cut your doors? That's a big one. Is it normal to quote a lot of jobs and only get a few that actually want to schedule? Do you quote a lot? That's always the case. The farther on in your business, the more people are going to call and just schedule because they're coming from referrals. The biggest thing I've noticed is kind of like where those leads are coming from. When you are not the first place that they're thinking of, or they're just kind of shopping around, you're not going to land near as many of those people. When you have customers that are calling from other people that have had work done by you, or been really impressed with something that you've put out, those people are then committed to scheduling with you. So you're always going to quote more, but a big part of it is where are those leads coming from. So when you do stuff like Facebook ads, you're just throwing your stuff in front of people, and then you're going to get asked a lot more questions and a lot more about pricing, and you're going to have to deal with a lot more people. So it really is, where are they finding you? And how are they finding you? But yeah, it's totally normal. Why did you switch to the new scrub pad? Oh, we've been using Triad scrub pads for a long time. The blues and the tans, I like both of them. How many were watching on TikTok? One or two people. For a very short bit, it was up near 100 and then dropped off pretty fast. See, what's really powerful about it is they will push you in front of a lot more people, but you need to do something that holds those people. And leaving my phone sitting back here, tinting way over here, it's not the same. It really isn't. So you'll see it when you're doing something really interesting at that moment and you can frame it right, then you'll do better. But and then that's how it works. It's so much quicker. So if we have an actual GoPro POV, then we have a much better shot because there's something interesting. There's something interesting that's always happening. Why is this? Wear a shirt with a pocket in the front. Actually, not a bad idea. It'd be a little bouncy, but getting it here would be okay in the meantime. It's worth a shot. You might need an intern to follow you with the phone. That would help. That would help for sure. Did you finish the job? Yes, we did. Hang on. There we go. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Good. How are you? What the fuck? Somebody gave me this number to see who it was, so I called it to see who it was. Now we're getting pranked. It's good stuff. What percent do you do the most? More often than not, I do 20. 20 with something. So it would be either 20 and 5, 20 and 35, but definitely 20. How many do you have this week? Not a lot. Not a lot on the schedule right now. There was a lot of phone calls towards the end of the week last week, and a handful of people that I'm checking on, and doesn't look like I got deposits from some of them. So that means no appointments. So we're in January, February, March, and it is definitely still a little on the slow side for sure. Those gas prices, man. Friday. When you left mobile and went on your own, how did people hear of you, your old referrals, and followed you, or did you start from scratch? Oh, I started from scratch. That was the thing. I was making good money tinting for other companies, but I was never building a name for myself. So being on like YouTube, tinters know who I am. People that are not looking for that have no idea who I am. So it's just kind of starting from literally nothing and building it all up. That's what we've been doing over the past few years. So yeah, the channel with the big reach, it helps, but it's not the be all end all where my phone is just ringing off the hook all day for 10 appointments. I just noticed that I had another one that was asking about Saturday. What's an IS 500? We might do that tomorrow morning. Is that any different from an IS 250? Other than being faster? Oops. There's just some weird stuff going on with my phone right now. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no difference here. Yeah, I'll Google it too, just to make sure. The thing about Lexus is always the IS line. The farther back you go, the more of a pain in the ass. But the newer ones, the front seals pop out of those. I just don't know if the 500s are the same as the 250s, but we'll just have to find out. One way or another, we'll get it tinted. But it looks like that is scheduling for tomorrow morning now. So that's cool. And that's kind of how it works. Sometimes things just change really, really quickly. Save changes. So that's that one. The old ones have the dots on the back doors. I don't know. What dots? Dots on the back doors. Like on the quarters? When are you trying Carbon Plus? Whenever I get it. It might come today. I have to check. Who pays you? I own it. So, I don't know. I pay me. What kind of film do you use? And do you use different brands for ceramic? So I use GeoShield. I use their whole lineup. Or at least most of the lineup. Pro Classic, Pro Nano, and C2. Yeah, it's good to have. It's good to have at least that range of films. Do you have somewhere that you post live schedule? No, because it's so sporadic. I wish it was more consistent. Because, like, some weeks, I mean, it's just crazy. I just tried to skip ahead. Sorry. This is real time. It's slow going, minute by minute. Yeah, so schedules are always really sporadic. Sometimes I just have a real busy, consistent week, and then sometimes I don't. And also those days, so I really wanted to stream on Saturday, and I had a couple of people, and then I had another one. So I had quite a few things that were all kind of like, proposal approvals. People are calling. I was scheduling some stuff, and then I look back at the schedule. Some people that said they were going to leave deposits did not leave deposits. Somebody that did a proposal approval was calling on Saturday about getting in same day Saturday. So it was kind of like, I can't get you in today because I had other stuff going on. And then the stuff that came in for Saturday turned out to be a Royal Saturday pain. Are you an LLC? Yes, LLC. Oh, neat. So we do have a Lexus coming in tomorrow. He's had quite a few cars, I think, tinted here. I gotta look this up. A 15 IS250, a Focus ST. Oh yeah, he said the Focus ST, so he's bringing an IS 500, right? Oh, what year is that 500? Oh, it should be a new one, right? Yeah, this doesn't look old. 22. I just picked up. Okay, cool. So we got one. We got a IS 500 for tomorrow. Repeat client, which is super cool. See, if I just got off the stream and then come back tomorrow with an IS 500, I look super busy. It's not all sunshine and rainbows like that. I do have other stuff to do, so like I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. But as far as like a lot of appointments, it hasn't been crazy lately. It comes in spurts where I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of questions, and then that generally books up for a little while. But right now it's kind of like a lot comes at one time, and then it'll be dead on the phones for a little bit, and then it'll get busy again. So I don't exactly know when it's going to pick back up. I do know we're going through some interesting times right now, but it's just kind of like, we'll see. What handle do you use? On TikTok? Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? I think my business number is getting like prank called right now. Because I'm getting like a bunch of random area codes, but nothing solid yet. I bought film from your page, just wondering when it will ship out. Should ship out today, no problem. Hey. Hello, Tint Studio, how can I help you? I could schedule you for Wednesday, actually. Couldn't do it today, though. Oh, gotcha. We usually close by about 5 o'clock, yeah, so that's definitely too late in the day. This Saturday is already booked. I could get you in next Saturday, though. Okay. We can schedule for next Saturday. What type of vehicle? Kia Sportage? Okay. What, did you want to do all the sides in the rear with the windshield or without? Okay. Sure. Okay. So we'll try and we'll go off the pictures and try and get a good idea of what you're looking for. That's fine. Okay. So it'll start at $290 for all the sides and the rear. That is a color stable dyed film. We do offer carbon and ceramic films, but you don't have to make a decision until the appointment time. I can walk you through everything when you come in for the appointment. So Saturday, do you want to do 10 o'clock on Saturday, the 26th? Okay. Uh, 10 o'clock. That usually works out a little better. I can get you in a little bit later if you need to, though. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. I will write you down then for 10 a.m. on the 26th. We do take a small deposit to hold the appointments, just to confirm them. I'll text you a link over to our booking site, and once I get that, you will be all set for 10 a.m. on the 26th. Well, the deposit actually goes straight towards the balance, so it doesn't come off of, or it comes off of the total. So it's really $40 to hold the spot and confirm it, and then that just comes off of the top. So with my standard film, it'd be $290 minus the deposit once you leave that. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't clarify that better. Yeah, it's just to hold the spot, and then it goes right towards the balance. Okay, cool. Well, I will text that right over to you, and I'll mark it down in my calendar. So, do you have any more questions? Alrighty. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the 26th then. I got your phone number, and once I get the deposit, your name and everything will be down on my calendar. So, yep, I'll just text the number that you called me on. Yes, we do. Okay, no problem. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye. Next Saturday. Well, we have one for tomorrow. See, this Saturday already has an appointment, so next Saturday has an appointment. It's always the weekends that book up faster. I like patient people, though. Bought film from your page. I was wondering how long it should ship. Probably a couple days. I was actually looking into it. And then I got a phone call. Let me text this guy back, and let me see. You'll get a notification as soon as it ships. We'll definitely ship out. If it was ordered over the weekend, it'll ship today for sure. Thanks for scheduling your Kia Sportage for Saturday the 26th at 10 a.m. Here is the link to leave. There we go. Okay. So that is sent. So I should see another one. Yeah, I see it hasn't. There's no tracking for it yet, but it should definitely be done today. Usually it takes a couple days. Usually ships out like same day or next day. If it's ordered early enough in the day. So ordered yesterday, it should definitely ship out today. Any update on the GeoShield Carbon Plus? No, I have it coming, but I don't have it yet. So I just called him about it last week. And it might be coming today. I got a FedEx notification. I don't know if it's coming today or tomorrow, but it was shipped out later in the week. Where do you go to page to order film? mytintstuff.com. I gotta change that to something else. Out for delivery. Yeah, so there's a good chance. I think it'll be. Yep. Scheduled delivery Monday. Yep, should be here today. Cool. So, yeah, we have something else coming in tomorrow. And, yeah, so we'll have a stream about it pretty soon, hey? Don't know exactly, but I'll get it today. But I got a class and stuff to set up for. I actually have to put more lights up in here. So I've got this area right here, but it looks a little dark back there. We're gonna push, I think the way it's gonna go is I'm gonna try and push this wall over, see how that works. I'm either gonna do one of two things. I'm either gonna shift the wall this way, or I'm gonna push it all the way that way. I think I'm gonna end up pushing it all the way that way. That's probably not gonna be super fun to do. Based on the specs, I wanna replace my Pro Nano line, but I want to see your opinion first. That's what I'm looking at, too. I'm right on the same boat with you. So, Apex, it's this super ceramic. This one falls right in line with replacing Pro Nano. So, based on coloring, shrinking, all that, yeah, I'm looking to do the exact same thing with you. So, yeah, I'll end up pushing this wall all the way that way, just kind of out of the way. I hope it's not a big pain in the ass to move. I got to put some brighter lights that I have ordered. Those are going to go right up there, brighten up that area more. Everybody's going to have a spray tank, so you don't really have to worry about that. There's outlets. I have to set up a couple of tables for cutting where we have the plotter. And it's just about making things in here a little bit more comfortable for everybody. Thanks for the link. Oh, you're welcome. Where's the coffee? Coffee's right here. I'm actually almost done this one. I had issues with clarity on Apex. We are on the same page. I liked it, and then it's a little strong, though. Yeah, same thing. So my thought was I wanted to look at other super ceramics because I've heard similar things. And, talking to companies behind the scenes, like, there's a lot of people that are getting their film all from very similar sources and stuff. So most of it's good chunk of it's branding. So if what other people are installing is then very similar, then it's just kind of like, that's just what people are used to and not talking about so much. But that was my original complaint with a lot of the OG carbon films and ceramic films. They look really cool. You pull them out into the sunlight, then they start to look a little milky. And that technology got better and better. So when you go 75, 85, that range, like percent as far as the IR numbers, you still seem to have a really, really clear film. When you're pushing it to 95 to like damn near 100, so I think people just don't care as much. I don't know. They're just maybe not as picky. And that's just kind of like, you know, if they call, like I've heard this time and time again in the groups, where somebody will ask, like a customer will post and say, hey, is this normal on this ceramic? And it looks very milky. And I am just shocked at the sheer amount of people that will just say, yeah, that's totally normal. And I'm like, that looks a little too strong. LKB!
LKB Python super chatted $2.
There it
I'll
is.
start super chat today. What's good, fam?
LKB with a 2. Thank you. I'll start the super chat today. What's good, fam? Good to have you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's why I want to see this carbon 88% reject on 5%. Yeah, pretty nuts, right? Will the Carbon Plus be your highest option? Yeah, for most people. Like, I mean, I still have Apex, but as far as the ones that I'll introduce, it's really that. I have to take another look at it, but we're all waiting patiently. Well, I'll get it today. It's cool to see so many people actually interested. I'm not used to this. I'm really not. Like, when a film comes out, you know, there's so many different films out there that I get asked about, so it's kind of hard to say for sure, but there's never any one particular film that really gets a great amount of interest, but there's so many people here, you know, I understand it now a little bit, I think. There's so many people here that are GeoShield dealers, so we're all kind of interested in what their latest offering is, so that'll be cool. Damn! Oh, what? This gone off. Hey!
Laid Up Customs super chatted $9.99.
Laid Up Customs with the 10. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So sometimes FedEx comes late in the day, but I don't know. I'll know soon enough. We'll check it out, and we'll get something up quick. Because I'm assuming the colors and everything are going to be really good. It's going to look good right out of the box. It's going to be really user-friendly. It's based on the same C2 platform that everybody likes. So we'll definitely check it out when it comes in. What kind of other effects do you have? What, is that not good enough? That's about it. I haven't gone all out with like DJ lights and stuff. There was a balloon that would explode. So what I used to do was I'd have a balloon up here that would slowly fill up with air, and then eventually it'd explode. But when I have people waiting up front, it just kind of gets a little tricky. I wonder how you set up the appointment with clients. Well, we did a couple, or actually we really did one. People call, I talk to them, schedule a time and a date, and then I shoot them a link to my site where they leave a deposit for that time and date. What do you think about Tint Depot film? They have good film. They really do. They're a pretty well-known distributor. They're just also Tint Depot. So they actually sell really good products. They're not just like a one-off thing. When reading the specs, is the IR what I should be looking at or the TSER? So there is something to be said about TSER for sure. It's supposed to be an average. So actually I have Geo's site pulled up. So you've got, let's look at Pro Nano, and then let's look at the Plus here. Ply, it's a 2-ply. Mil, it's a 2 mil. So Apex is a 2 mil. Is it really? Apex is a 2? Oh. Like C2, it's a 1.5. This is really normal to see. So that's the thickness of it. Transmission, absorption, reflection. So this is the T total solar energy, right? That's kind of what this is. Light transmitted. Interior RFEL, exterior RFEL, UV. Oh, no, sorry. Here's the total solar energy right here. And then you have IR numbers. So comparing like Pro Nano to like C2, 62, 66, 58, 49, 33, and whatnot. So that's going up. So it starts with a low number and then go up with a high number. So it's supposed to be really like an average of like the solar energy coming in with like the visible light, the IR, UV. It's kind of like the whole package there. What I've noticed really is IR seems to be the most telling thing. Hello, Tint Studio, how can I help you? Oh, this is a tint shop. I didn't call this number, so I don't know how you got a call from it. Weird things happening with the phone today. Okay, so the IR numbers seem to be the most telling. And so Apex 95, 94, 96, 95, like these are super, super high for IR. C2, the changes, right? In the 5%, it's 77. 15 is 48, which is a little surprising. The 20 is 57, 35. So you can kind of average it out to about 50% IR in your carbon. And then with the Pro Classic, you pretty much have no IR block at all. So looking at the Carbon Plus, 88, 82, 80, 76, and 71, which makes a lot of sense because the higher that you go, the less carbon that they put in there. But there's also ceramic in there as well. So a little bit extra carbon mean you're going to get a little higher IR numbers. So I install so much 20. So I'm mainly going to be, I really want to see the 20, and then we're going to be putting 50 on the windshield for sure. I want to see what all of them look like, but those are probably the main few that I'm going to look at. And then also peek at the coloring of the 5%, obviously, and see how neutral that looks. But as far as numbers go, IR seems to always be the most telling. Whenever you put a film in front of a heat lamp and then it blocks heat, and then you put it on your car and you sit in your car, those things seem to match up pretty well. So I've never been, like, numbers have always been confusing with window films. Like, you can look at spec sheets and that's what they tell you, but like, for me, it's really like, what do you feel on the lamp? What does it look like on the car? And then when you sit in there, what does it feel like sitting in the car? So if you do pretty well on IR, it's going to be much more comfortable to sit there. And then the rest of it is just kind of like, what does it look like? So I don't, TSER is a good number, but I wouldn't shop based on TSER numbers. I just wouldn't. Look how C25 is higher IR than Pro Nano 5. Yeah, I've heard that. 70 and then Pro Nano. Oh, by like 2. Yeah, it's real close, which makes sense. So this is like, or 76. So 76 versus 77. Yep, by 1. That's crazy. So when you're making window film, you color it, like I was saying earlier, you color it a couple different ways. You either do dye or you do carbon. And carbon, oh God, C2 window film, okay. So carbon has natural IR blocking properties along with also being good coloring, but it just doesn't block quite as much. So this makes a lot of sense, where the darker you go in carbon, the more heat that you block with carbon, because the more carbon's being added to the film. That's why it's darker. So with dyed film, usually the darker you go, the more comfortable it gets because you're blocking out a lot of glare and stuff, but you're not really blocking out the IR. It is absorbing some into the coloring of it, so you are getting a little bit, but it's not as dramatic as going to something like carbon. But then going from carbon and then looking at ceramic, so looking at the C2, oh, no, where's this? God, they switched all these around. So carbon plus, right? They're using the carbon for the coloring along with adding ceramic to it as well. So that's why these numbers are so much higher, but you get a little bit better the darker you go because there's just more carbon being added in for those darker percentages. So Pro Nano, very similar across the entire board because it is the dye that is coloring the film. So they add the same amount of ceramic in all of them, and then they color it with the dye. So these numbers are very much the same. Pro Nano Ultra, that's a different one entirely. Sorry, I didn't realize I was blocking numbers. Pro Nano Ultra, that one is actually kind of separate, but it is still called Pro Nano. This was really just one of those very light, really good heat-absorbing films. That's kind of separate, but they gave it the Pro Nano moniker to kind of give it a home. Still made very similarly. Apex, just ridiculous numbers across the board. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But that's why you see those numbers change with the percentages. So for the Carbon Plus, 76, that's still as strong as Pro Nano. And then you go up from there by adding a little bit more carbon. So I don't really see a point into carrying Pro Nano then anymore unless there's just something really wrong with C2. Or sorry, with Carbon Plus. Alrighty. So we're going to shout out some super chats. I'm going to get some stuffs done. We'll be back tomorrow with the Lexus, with the 22 IS500, which I really hope that those seals pull out the exact same way that the other ones do. So I've heard the 250 and the 350 are the same. So I'm assuming the IS500 is going to be very similar to those ones. And if that's the case, then we'll be popping the seals on the IS. But that is one of the very few cars that we usually do those on. All right. So thank you to all the supers and everybody hanging out today. Laid Up Customs, LKB, and Daniel Reyna. Thank you so much. I appreciate ya. I gotta do another TikTok thingy real quick. And hopefully I'll remember my play button for tomorrow. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. You've seen them. But I'm really happy. We got to find a place for the play button. I need to get a frame for it too. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. 1.5 mil for Carbon Plus. Good. Good. I actually forgot to even look at that number. It's nice to see. good. Selling Pro Nano 5 is hard when carbon is so good. You know, people don't even, just real quick on that, I don't even see people, like, I don't even look at it necessarily that way. If somebody wants ceramic, then they want ceramic. If somebody wants carbon, then they want carbon. So it's kind of just like, I don't talk numbers so much. I just kind of talk in like broad terms, and if they want to look at the spec sheets, then they're right there up on the display board. So, because I guess it mostly comes from most people not getting 5%. Most people end up getting, like in ceramic, getting like a 20%. It's 2 mil. Oh, is it really? My display boards shoot me in the foot. Do they really? I don't think I've ever seen anybody even look and talk about the numbers. It's just kind of like they're there, so it looks, they don't go through like the IR numbers and start talking about that. It's just kind of like carbon 50, ceramic 75 to 80%, then take them over to the heat lamp, they feel the heat lamp, and then they go based on price. C2. Oh, whoa, that is different. Because C2 is 1.5 mil, carbon plus is 2 mil. Ooh, huh. I didn't see that one coming. Okay. Yeah, well, you know, Pro Nano is a 2 mil film. Apex is a 2 mil film, and to be honest, I didn't really notice anything weird about them. So the 1.5 with Pro Classic, right? Because Pro Classic is a 1.5. They all kind of seemed similar enough, so should be fine. But yeah, that is definitely something interesting to note. Alrighty, dudes. Charger things are charging, so we don't have a dead battery tomorrow. That's good. All right, I'm going to take off here. Y'all have a good one. Bye.